Gentlemen, welcome to my brand new series called The First Take. Now, this series, of course, is replacing my haul videos. My haul videos, I know a lot of my subscribers were upset with the haul videos kind of going in the trash can, but this series I think you're going to love. This is going to be more in-depth into each fragrance that I purchase. So, if you don't know what my haul videos are about, of course, these are fragrances that I purchase either overseas, back home, online. I might have worn them for a few months, but they're new purchases. These are fragrances that I was interested in, and I finally purchased them, and I'm putting them on camera and giving you guys my first impressions of them. Now, the first take's going to be a little different. I'm going to give you guys a background or a backstory, if there is, like how I came about to finding this fragrance, the reason why I purchased it. I'm going to be wearing them at least once and give you guys like an initial story on how I'm feeling about the fragrance, because I wore it once. I wore this actually last night and a little bit this morning here, so I got like a little grasp of what this fragrance can be all about. Also, I'm going to spray it on camera on my hand, give you guys my first real impression of the introduction, some good and bad moments of the fragrance already. And of course, I'm going to finish it off with my signature buy, try, or pass. Again, don't take too much into the buy, try, or pass just because it's just, I only wore it once or twice on my skin. But I will let you guys know about that. So let's get to it. I wanted to start off this series with a fragrance that I have a backstory with, because I really feel like this one needs to be known in the community, and this is what I love about this new series. It's going to spotlight this fragrance a little more. This is from the designer house of Yohji Yamamoto, and this fragrance called Yohji Homme. Now this guy right here, geez guys, this one eluded me a few times. I remember I first found out about this when I first started on YouTube, not when I first started on fragrances. This is when I started really getting into fragrances. I was on Base Notes like almost several hours a day, Fragrantica, checking out blogs, going on YouTube, you know, watching Tim Swetkoff and all that. And this is when I started going, okay, what can I look that's, you know, that's getting kind of hyped up. And this is one of those that was getting a lot of love online, blogs and stuff like that. It's a discontinued fragrance, if you guys don't know. Now, when I first reviewed Lolita Lempico Masculin, this one is highly compared to it, because they both have this anise note in them, like a black licorice. And this one really popped up as a interesting comparison to a lot of fragrances. Also Angel from Mugler. Also, of course, when I first purchased this book, the Luca Turin book here, Perfumes, the Guide, I always love just going into this. I take everything that they say with a grain of salt, but when he puts 5 stars on a fragrance, it just gets me interested in it. And this is one of them. This one got a 5-star from Luca Turin. And what he basically said was he was really just blown away with this fragrance. And he basically said to the readers, you know, get a bottle. This is one of those, you know, one of my top 5s. Where did he say? He says, there are only 2 or 3 masculines out there that are as good as this. So when somebody, you know, that wrote a book and he knows his fair share of fragrances, that piques your interest. Now this was a blind buy, guys. You know, this is discontinued, hard to find, very expensive, and you basically have to blind buy it. I'm not too sure if you're going to get a tester anywhere, or maybe a sample online. They might have samples. And that's the reason why I purchased it. I really think as a collector this is a must-have, just because of the basically on how many people are enjoying this fragrance. So it's discontinued, hard to find, and it's a jewel for any collector to have this in their collection. So I really wanted the YouTube community, that's another big reason why I purchase fragrances like this, because not everybody can get their hands on these type of fragrances, and when they're discontinued, hard to find, and you are getting interested in these type of fragrances, videos like this is going to be, you know, it's going to help you a little bit, you know. If you trust my nose, if you trust the guru, you know, you might pull the trigger or not, depending on how I felt about it. Now, I actually wore this yesterday. That's one thing that I didn't do with my haul videos, is actually take some time a little bit with the fragrance and wear it. I wore this last night. I was just chilling at home and I'm like, okay, I'm going to wear some Yohji Homme and check it out. And I wore it actually this morning when I went out. And I have some on my hand here. This is probably 4 or 5 hours in. And my first impression of this fragrance was, yeah, this is good stuff. This is very a dark fragrance, like Lolita Lempico Masculin, Angel by Mugler. Those comparisons are almost dead on. The anise note, very nice in this. It's got some really dark notes in here. I believe it's got rum, coffee, cinnamon, leather, tonka. So there's a lot of heavy hitters in this fragrance, and I really felt like, wow. And the anise note in here is really nice. And here it is, dried down on my skin. And the coffee note pops in this fragrance. Really nice coffee note in here. Now, the one thing that was kind of a letdown, because of all these notes in this fragrance, I really felt like it was going to be a beast on my skin. Again, I've only worn it once or twice. I really felt close to the skin. I asked my wife and a few family members that I met today, asked them about my fragrance, and there was no real response here, so people had to get really close to me. Right now, kind of disappointed on how potent it is. It seems like it's going to be a skin scent, which is okay. Maybe I have to spray a little more, but that's what I do by testing. So it was kind of let down, kind of soft. Signature worthy, probably. I could see somebody wearing this as their signature scent. And again, this is kind of hard to find and very expensive to purchase now, so maybe not, right? Light anise, nice boozy rum in it. I felt the rum, and I felt the coffee and the cinnamon in this. There was some spice, and this one is being compared to being a gourmandish fragrance. I could see it. Really, Lolita Lempico Masculin was probably the closest thing to this. I really kind of like this more than Lolita Lempica, so marks for this for the first few wearings. So I'm going to spray it on my hand here and give you guys like a first impression of the introduction on what it smells like on my skin here. Introduction, that anise note pops. There's some citrus off the bat that I'm smelling now, but it darkens up real quick. The anise, the rum, and once it dries down a little more, that coffee note came out. It really impressed me last night. And you know, if you can get your nose on this, just a sample, or do like a split with somebody. This is a tester, by the way. I don't have the box. I purchased this on eBay, by the way. I might put a link down below of where I purchase fragrances and, you know, who I trust on eBay and stuff. This guy's from Toronto. I've always trusted him with fragrances. This was about $100 for me for 1.7 ounce, $100. These are going for about 200 to, if you can find one for $80 around there. But I finally pulled the trigger. And darker scent, really nice, really smooth, I felt, for the note. So impressed. Do I think it's a 5-star fragrance? No, I feel more like it's a 4-star fragrance. I'm not let down on my $100, so that's good. When I spend $100, I'm expecting something good, and this is very good, actually. So the good moments right now with this fragrance is I'm happy that it's a solid scent, that I didn't waste $100 on it. It's not spectacular, but it is very much solid, and I can't wait to test it some more, which is always good points. The bad things about this fragrance, of course, it's discontinued, and the price, it's hard to find. So those are the few bad things about the Yohji Homme. Buy, try, or pass with this one for the early stage, of course. I'm wearing it a few times and smelling it on my skin right now. This is definitely try-worthy at the moment. It could turn into a buy. I really think this is smooth. For darker scent, this is really smooth. I really am a little worried about the projection on it. Longevity was pretty good. I would say probably a good 6 hours with it last night. I stayed up till like 1 in the morning with the baby, of course, and I could still smell it. So a good 6 hours, which is good news. Good longevity. Projection, not so good. So during these Canadian winters, that's the one thing that's going to bother me with this. It might not be that good in the Canadian winters. This might be just a fall, strictly fall fragrance for me. But solid. Yohji Homme. Check it out. Definitely, you know, 5 stars maybe. Maybe Luca is onto something here, but definitely I would give it a 4-star out of 5. And a definite try for now. If you can get a sample, if you have to blind buy it, I'm not too sure. I'm not too confident about that right now. But if you like Lolita Lempico Masculin, Angel by Mugler. What else can I'm trying to think, like Egoist, but not as dark as Egoist, much smoother, from Chanel. That type of vibe, guys. Really nice. And check this one out. Guys, let me know in the comments below how you felt about the first take. I really think this is more in depth than it used to be, and I think it's going to help out a lot of people, and that's what I want to do. I want to help out as many people as I can. I think this is going to be great for unknown jewels like this guy right here, and of course brand new releases. You guys know my haul videos are peppered with everything. And my next first take video, I got a lot for you guys already. I got 5 bottles that I have to do a first take on. I just purchased a few more. I got a couple creeds coming in the mail, and I can't wait to do a first take on them. But new release, talking about new releases, my next first take is going to be on a designer fragrance. This is of course the new Yohji Homme cologne version. We'll see how this guy does. I'm going to test it out tonight, and hopefully we get a first take video this week sometime. But guys, keep it tuned in. Let me know in the comments below if you've smelt this before, Yohji Homme, or it sounds interesting to you. Let me know what you guys think about this woody, spicy fragrance, and you know, let me know how you like the first take videos. All right, thanks YouTube. See you guys.